Welcome to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Look how beautiful is that place. It's a sunny day, but not as sunny. It's quite sunny. It's quite hot as well. But I'm entering soon to the church. Then it's not going to be so difficult to. The weather will be much better. The church is actually, I must say, quite busy with mostly, I think, Israelis, Muslims and Jews visiting that place, and you're looking at the 12th century. Wait, a little bit noisy now. What a tractor doing in the church. They are renovating the floor of the church now, and I must say that they were lucky. Coptic monk in front of you, and it's good because there are not a lot of tourists, and in that case they are very lucky to do that without any problem at all. Guys, the church is only from the 4th century. Until the 4th century, no one could enter to that. I mean, there were no churches. The Romans didn't allow the Christians to build churches. And let me remind you, the one who actually hanged Jesus weren't the Jews. They were the Romans. Only at the 4th century, the Romans converted into Christianity, and St. Helen, the mother of Constantine, came to here to build a church. Now, if you follow the first video of Rita and David, which I'll explain you about it, you saw one of the gates, the western gate, which is all the way up and then to the right. That was the gate from the end of the 11th century, the beginning of the 12th century, Crusader time. And what you see in front of you is that from that time, the church been destroyed so many times. Then when the Crusaders came, they built a new church, which is less than half than the church that used to be. Before we will enter the church, I'm dedicating that video to everyone, but especially to a beautiful lady, Rita L, and her late husband, David. They actually met themselves from day one. They've been in the same church activities as children, and they got married at 18 years old. And from that time, their motto was, "I love you forever and the same." But sadly, although they decided to visit Israel, David was taken straight to his master. And it was a little bit before, actually it was now, around September, if I'm not wrong, just a month before the 49th anniversary. And this October they're supposed to celebrate the 50th anniversary. Wow. Then we are celebrating with them now. Please leave Rita a comment of "I love you forever and more." Then what you see here is mostly from 12th century. I'm talking about everything that you see around you. And this is the only entrance that left. There was another entrance right there. From here you could climb up straight to the Golgotha, but it was sealed like that gate. See that man? He doesn't say hello to me. Oh, now he says, he's got the keys to the church. He's got the keys to the church. Can I understand how important that person is? Then that's the way to the Golgotha. It was sealed by Saladin. And as I believe, that's going to be the new floor in so many places. Then what they're doing now, and this is beautiful, they excavate before and they will return the ancient floor that they can, but they will use different stones to then. For me, this is kind of an history option. Because people will walk on it. And if you're talking about that, people are walking on that tomb of a British guy from the Crusader time as well. And the Crusader kings were built here. And another important person here who's got the keys. How are you? Sure. Oh, it's a little bit sad that it's empty. The church has got so many problems. First of all, it belongs to the Catholic, Armenians, Orthodox churches. Then you can understand that it's different than your churches. And it's different than your churches. I can hear the bells now. It means that it's 12 o'clock. That's the time that Jesus was crucified. And I'm on top of, I'm at the Golgotha, the crucifixion place. Can you imagine it? I didn't plan it, Rita. Let's listen to that. This is where Jesus was nailed to the cross. And that represents the Pietà. Look at the spear in Mary's heart. The crucifixion place. Calvary. John is to the right, Mary is to the left. Jesus is on the cross now. Look at the menorah, the Jewish menorah in front of Jesus, because this is the temple and Jesus is the Lord. This is the only options to touch the Golgotha. This is the crucifixion area. You can see the mother at the left part of Jesus. On top of Jesus you could see the sin list of his, Jesus from Nazareth, King of the Jews. We are now at the Orthodox chapel. We came from the Catholic one. Remember, a lot of tension between everyone. And you can see that they are building now the church, Rita. They are renovating the floor, but before that they excavate. And they found so many things beneath the tomb of Jesus. But before that, after he died, they bury him like a Jew because he was a Jew. Then you can see the Golgotha that was outside the city. Although today it's inside the city, it's at the Times Square of the city. But they know there's a gap of 2,000 years before Jesus, from Jesus' time. You can imagine what's happened to your city 2,000 years ago. And but because of it, there are two options of the churches. It doesn't matter for me which one you will accept. The idea that you will accept the idea that the story, the importance of it. He died for us. Then you can see the next stage after his death, they are cleansing, purifying his body. They will put a shroud around him and straight into the tomb that looks like a cave. You will be surprised to know that it's not a cave today, but the stone, the anointing stone, is in front of you. And the minute I will touch that cross with it, the cross will be a relic. You can buy a cross everywhere in the world. You won't be able to buy a cross with the word Jerusalem and olive wood. And now, the minute I will touch it, the energy will be so strong. I'm purifying the cross just like they purified the body of Jesus. The smell is amazing. And we are heading to the tomb of Jesus. In front of you can see the excavation next to, and I think they're putting they're adding the new stones that you saw there. Yes. Thanks God I started to build it again. It's people asking me how long it's going to. Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. Yes, how long it's going to take? I don't know. Do you know how long it's going to take until they will finish it?
Almost a year.
Almost a year. All right. But they're starting to do that. I'm happy. What is important for us to understand that we actually excavate here, and we found so many things here. I can hear a lot of Hebrew. Then, in that matter, what they found beneath or around the tomb is pollen, seeds from the garden of Joseph of Arimathea. Remember, that was a garden. And by the way, Rita, I cannot enter with the camera into the tomb, then I will bless it later on. As you can see, there's a line of 6 or 7 people. And we know that Joseph Joseph of Arimathea gave Jesus his own tomb in his own garden, and the book of John told us that the garden of Joseph of Arimathea was next to the crucifixion place. And we can enter to the tomb of Joseph of Arimathea. The tomb is, let me see if I can use the flashlight. No, not yet, maybe now. Yes. The tomb that you see here is a Jewish tomb from the time of Jesus, Second Temple time. You can see the niches here. Some of the niches are still closed. And the Jews, especially the rich man, built themselves a kind of a cemetery. And because it was outside the gates, the garden of Joseph of Arimathea, he could build a tomb there. Wait a minute, let me save the battery. I'm sorry. He could build his tomb there, in the garden. It was outside the city walls. Then in that case, let's say that there were 9 niches And then it was okay for 9 people. But then what's happened to the 10th now? The man, they used to take his bones out, put it in a small box by the name ossuary, and they storage it with the rest. Then in that case, Joseph of Arimathea gave Jesus his tomb that no one used before, and that was the tomb of Jesus. What we found there is kind of a tunnels beneath it. We don't know what's the meaning of the tunnels. Another thing that we found is the tomb itself is from the time of Constantine, from the first church. What you see here is mostly from the 19th century, mainly because it's been destroyed so many times. Oh, I think I can enter to the Catholicon. Let me see if I will be able to. Yes, I can. Usually it's closed. I'm so happy that it's open because it actually gives me the idea that the tourist will come soon. First of all, and this is for the lady who asked me about that place. We saw it from there. And you asked me about the Catholicon. What you saw is beneath the wall of icons, the iconostasis. This is the place that only the priest can enter to it, but you could see it from upstairs. Lately, they built a beautiful iconostasis attached to the wall. No one can enter, but it's so beautiful. And look at Jerusalem in heaven, with the 12 gates. And the most important part that no one actually talks about it, because everyone talks about the chapel, the cathedral is that stone. This is the center of the word. Then Rita, I'm walking around it, blessing your cross, and I'm so happy that place was open. I hope that the lady that asked me about that place will actually be able to see it. If you are watching that video, please write it down, write a comment. And for the rest of you, if you do have some questions, please write a comment. It makes me happy. Now, the tomb itself includes 2 parts. The first chapel is with the candle. This is the place that the angels took care that no one will steal the body of Christ. The second part is the tomb itself. And Rita, I will enter with it later on. I don't remember if I talked about it. If you want to have your own cross, there are so many varieties of crosses. Enter to the text attached. That video just beneath it, just click it on it and look for Buy Me a Coffee link, and you will get all the information from there. If not, you can send me a message and I will explain you about it. This is another Catholic place. This is for me the 15th Via Dolorosa station, although there are only 14. And this is where Mary Magdalene saw Jesus on Sunday. Then Mary Magdalene was standing right here. Jesus was standing right there. And you can see here Mary asking, now she knows that she was talking with Jesus, but before that she saw the gardener ask him, did you see my Lord? Did he take the body of my Lord? And there was a painting here, you see only the frame that left, that described you that moment. Now, because I believe that Rita is a Catholic woman, let me enter to the Holy Family. I'm not sure that I will be, Holy Family Chapel, I'm not sure that I will be able to talk, but at least I will bless your cross there. All right, no one is here, then I can talk a little bit about it. First, let me bless the cross. Most of the ceremonies here the Catholic ceremony starts here. You can see Mary and the gardener, or Mary and Jesus. And flagellation stone. We believe that the Romans beat Jesus while he was sitting in it. It's so nice to see people standing in front of the tomb, because it wasn't like that at the time of, or after the war with Iran, which, if you ask me, I'm not sure that it's ended. But before he was crucified, so many believes that he had to wait for his cue. And this is the prison of Jesus inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. I want you to remember that at this time there wasn't any church here. You can see where he used to put his legs in. That is a Greek Orthodox chapel. Wow, I'm feeling dizzy now. The energy is so strong here. There's so many chapels here. You can see Greek Orthodox one and then Armenian one. But I will end the tour in one of my important chapels. Actually, it's not. It's going to be not the last one. Then don't go away. Stay with me. Meanwhile, please subscribe to my channel. I'm in about 9,000 subscribers. I will reach 200,000 subscribers, and only then my daughter will agree that I'm a YouTuber. For her, I'm an old man who's actually talking to a camera. For you, I believe it's more than that. I hope so. We are at the Armenian chapel. You can see 10 places of Armenia, some of them been destroyed by the Turkish. In 1915, they killed more than 1.5 million Armenians. The Armenians were the first nation who converted into Christianity, long before the Romans became Christians. But we are leaving the Armenian chapel and entering to St. Helen, a Catholic chapel. That's where we believe she found the new cross. If you remember Mary with a spear in her heart, this is the second statue of the Catholic in the church. St. Helen holding the true cross, and she found it according to what we believe right here. The true cross that she found touched a dead person, and he resurrected. Wow, I'm feeling dizzy. Wow, let me first sit here. Wow. I know that my mentally issue is not so good in this time of Israel. It's almost 2 years of the war, us against so many terrorist countries around us. And although we are winning, we lost a lot of Israeli soldiers. I lost 2 years of my life as a tour guide. And Rita and people like Rita actually helped me to survive. But I'm feeling dizzy now. Maybe it's because of the energy of that chapel. She found the true cross here. She cut it into 3. One left here. The other one went to Constantinople and then to Rome. It used to be a quarry before it was turned into a chapel, and then they use it as a water cistern. You can see the bucket holes from above. Let me show you one more chapel and then we will say goodbye. For that we have to climb up. Let's hope that I will reach the top. On the way, you will see some graffitis on the wall. There's everywhere. And graffiti can be a very bad thing to do, but graffitis from ancient time is history. There are so many all over. Rita, I've been in the Western Wall and bless it there, but I couldn't take it out from my bag. You know, to have a cross next to a Jewish place is a little bit problematic for me. But I bless it there, just like you asked me. You can see the bedrock of the Golgotha. We were above it. You can see the lower part of it. According to the Bible, after his crucifixion, it's difficult for me to breathe now. After his crucifixion, blood tears fell from the creek. Remember, it was earthquake, and you can see the results of it. And people were resurrected. According to the Greek Orthodox, that chapel belongs to them. One of them was Adam, from Adam and Eve. This is Adam Chapel. 12th century, the Crusader kings were buried right here. But the Crusaders and the Greek Orthodox were in good friends. And when they added that part, after the destruction, after the church was burned down in 1808, I think that they destroyed the tombs. Some of the tombs were here, and if you remember the new icons of the cathedral, the Greek Orthodox cathedral, it's the other side of that wall. Guys, it was more than important to be with you in that time. I hope that you will subscribe my channel, and I hope that you will watch my videos. I'm trying to upload a video every day. Please write a comment. Tell me that you reach the end of the video. Donna, I know that you will. But what about the rest? Thank you very much for being with me. Bye-bye.